Hey guys, just getting ready. Yeah, be with you in just a minute. And there we go. So, morning guys. Yeah, I'm going to carry on painting. Basically, what I was painting in a stream last night. If you weren't here last night, obviously every day I'm painting. So it kind of makes sense that if I'm going to be painting, I may as well do a live stream, and obviously you guys can join along painting at home or work or wherever, or just sit back, relax, watch me, or just have me on in the background, just waffling, waffling away. Right, I just need to turn off because I can hear myself in my little earbud, but obviously there's a bit of a delay, so it just sounds really weird. So yeah, gonna start doing live streaming, well, quite a lot more, say, because every day I am painting. So yeah, may as well have you guys here joining along. So yeah, I was painting up these, is it the Black Orks? I think that's what they're called, Blood Bowl team. Um, yeah, so obviously, basically, I'm going through a lot of my pile of fun. You've seen some videos. I've got a shelf to my right, and it's absolutely full of boxes, like a lot of people, that I actually bought about 3 years, 3 to 4 years ago. I bought them, but what I've noticed is a lot of the boxes are missing one or two pieces. So these guys, there's meant to be six of these. I've only got five. I've got all the little guys. So obviously what I'm thinking is I bought the box purposely to get one of these to paint for a video. I've gone through quite a lot of the other boxes, and that's something I have noticed is they all seem to be missing one piece or a couple of pieces. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna be selling these, but obviously I'm gonna make sure that when I do post these on eBay, I will be saying, well, whatever's missing, because it does seem like there's one or two missing from every single box. Right, that's enough waffling. Obviously, if you want to ask any questions, yeah, put a comment, or if you guys want to chat to yourselves, yeah, that's fine. Again, like I said last night, I'm not too sure how many people have actually joined because I've not live streamed for about 2, 3 years. I've not done any advertising for it or any of that sort of stuff. And obviously the times, I'm going to be doing live streams at all kinds of times. Um, and then once I get into a routine, I'm going to see what times seem to be best, as in most people can sort of be on. And then, yeah, I want to try and do like regular live streams. So you know when I'm on, I know when I'm on. That'll just make it easier. So yeah, finishing these guys off. I painted most of their armor, obviously done the green. One thing I didn't do was their masks. I kind of forgot about their masks. So yeah, so this is what I'm using, Amber Glow Dip. Lovely sort of orange. Um, yeah, so let's stop waffling and start doing a bit of painting. what I might do as well is try and find some sort of background music that's copyright free that I can just obviously have in the background for when I'm not talking, just so there is some sort of noise. That being said, I'll just turn the music on in my ear because I can't paint or just sit here without sort of having something going on. Typically, when I am painting, I'm normally watching Netflix or Amazon Prime or a movie of some sort. So with this orange as well, it's kind of got 1.5 coats. Because if you have ever used the dipping inks, they're a lot more fluid than the Army Painter speed paints, which I kind of like because it basically means they pull in the recesses really, really well. And obviously, you then got the option if you want to give it another coat just to make it that bit thicker or darker, you can. Okay, just making sure I have to keep looking up every now and then just to make sure I'm actually holding this in the right place so it can be seen. Because the other thing I'm going to do is obviously I'm doing the live streams of me painting, but then I'm going to be turning the live streams into sort of probably shorts, I would have thought. So obviously me painting these, it's going to take me, I don't know, an hour or so, probably longer because if I'm doing live streaming, I tend to waffle and chat more, so it goes a little bit slower. But I will be turning these into videos so you can see the full process, but obviously in a much shorter time. Morning, Charles, from the colonies. Hope you're all well. So the colonies, what sort of time is it where you are then? It's just gone 10 in the morning. Obviously, I'm in the UK. Yeah, last night was quite cool. There's quite a few people from, well, all over the place. It's something I said last night. I knew I was going to miss bits. So there's bits of his armor I've missed. So we'll do those. Yeah, it's always interesting to see what time of day it is whenever I used to do the live streams. Because obviously, yeah, people from obviously all over the world watching. Yes, you can sort of see the difference already with his faceplate that I've literally just painted to obviously this dude's armor. Um, oh yeah, I need to change because something they mentioned last night is with the camera when I have it on autofocus, it basically goes in and out, in and out, in and out. It didn't settle very well, so I've got it on fixed focus, which means I need to keep my hand relatively at this level. If I go down, it's not too bad. If I come up too much, then it starts getting a bit blurry. Um, so yeah, so with this paint, obviously, I kind of give it 1.5 coats. So I put one bit on, even before it's dried, I kind of go over just with another sort of coat, just to get that a little bit darker. Yeah, I mean that's him all done. To say, yeah, when I was doing these, I kind of totally missed their face masks. So that's what I'm going to start with this morning. Yeah, don't think he had much to do. Let's do his little weapon here. So yeah, as I was saying last night, I've made 2 Blood Bowl boards up, like full boards and all the bits and pieces. Um, I've still yet to play the game. I think I've painted up. I think I've done about 4 different Blood Bowl teams. But yeah, again, this is one of those games I still yet to play. Um, well, I think one of the boards I made up was a Blood Bowl 7. Just because it's a bit smaller. I've had a little look at the gameplay, and I think I'd prefer Blood Bowl 7s. I mean, there's less there's less people on the pitch, which is always good, and it seems to be a bit of a faster game, which I like the idea of. Oh, yeah, I missed his armor at the back as well. Uh, Nashville, Tennessee, and get ready for work. Cool. So, hello, morning to anyone who's just joined. Obviously, yeah, going to be doing more live streaming of me painting because I'm sat here painting every day anyway. So, yeah, makes sense to do a live stream, have you guys join along, well, join along, watch, listen, whatever. All right, so yeah, I'm painting the Blood Bowl orks. I think they're is it black down, black orks down or something? I think these ones are called. Not too sure. I don't think I've got the box anymore. Um, Can't see from here. Not too sure. But yeah, so these have been sitting on my shelf for, well, at least the past 2 years, possibly 3, maybe 4 years. I've had a lot of stuff up on my shelf for a good 4 years. Alrighty. So yeah, my favourite colour is orange, which is why I've gone for their sort of pauldrons armour to be orange. But also, like, I think black and orange go quite well together. So this is what happened with one of my other paints, and it all pulled out. Some, I don't know if it's the heat or whatever, but obviously the end bit is still in here. And this is what happened the other day. Um, I was over here. Yeah, with Gilly Dew. And unfortunately, this is I've got three top favourite greens that I use for orcs. This was pretty much the number one green that I preferred. And that's exactly what happened with this. Obviously, I've taken the lid off. The inside bits stayed inside the lid. Didn't notice. So I've poured it into my little silicone, and it's all come out. First time ever spilling paint. Funny enough, yesterday was my 6-year anniversary of having this channel. Um, So yeah, in all that time, I've never spilt any paint. I've spilt glue and other stuff, but not paint. That's the first time. And I'm gutted because obviously there's none, there's none left. So yes, I'm not sure if it's the heat because obviously in the UK we've had some balmy weather. Things that's been going on for about 2, 3 weeks now. And as much as I love the sun, I don't love the stickiness or the humidiness. Yeah, it's humid. Right, so let's have a bit of this black. Go. Yeah, I don't like the fact that there's no fresh sort of cool air, and it's just yeah, I've had enough now. The sun, love the sun, just don't like the stickiness. Right, so yes, I'm going to be doing the pants on these. This is my preferred black. Well, it's an intensity ink by Green Stuff World. I do have the black from um, the Army Painter, but I find when I paint that, as you can see, 'cause I always paint the lids, it's almost got a bit of a hint of green, which is a bit pants. Whereas this intensity ink is black. Um, and yeah, it just flows really well. It's a nice black because you can really see lighter and darker areas, which is pretty cool. So quick drink. So Conmad Ben, morning to you. You have to work as well. Keep an eye on stream like a chameleon. uh, cool. Yeah, as I say, I'm going to be doing live streams at all kinds of weird and wonderful times throughout the day and throughout the week, just to sort of see when people are on. And again, I haven't done any live streaming for, I'm sure it's about 2 years, 2, 3 years. So I'm not expecting many people to be watching because they're not going to be aware that I'm doing live streams. But once I get into, like, I've done them for like, say, 2 weeks, I reckon, of doing a variety of times, then I'll know what's best to accommodate more people really. Plus, once I do that, then I can say I'm going to post a schedule to say like every Thursday I'll be on at 6 or whatever, or Tuesdays, um, and yeah, so we can get more people involved in the painting, the chatting, and all the rest of it. Yes, this is what I was saying about the green stuff. Well, dipping inks, they're a lot more fluid, or my technical term, they're a lot more waterier, which I really like because obviously it then means, say, this is black, but obviously you can still see light areas underneath, which is really nice. Obviously, I could go over and give it a second coat or a third coat if I did want it that bit darker. But yeah, this is why this is my definitely my favourite black to use. That's about him done. So yeah, a little bit of batch painting. I'm doing all the orks in sort of one go, and then I'll do all the little Gretchen dudes in another go. Because I'm probably going to do the green on them. I've got cats, and sometimes they have, well, they go have a bit of a nuts moment, and I've got three of them, so they like to chase each other, and it's a bit like Tom and Jerry, but without a mouse. It's the three cats chasing each other. Well, normally two of them are chasing each other, but when they do, they kind of go mad, and they don't know how to stop, so they typically hit things and knock things off. That's what I thought I could hear them doing something. Zazcar 80 from Spain. Hello from the UK. Hope you are well. You Charles, you played the first generation. Yeah, I bought the second generation Blood Bowl. God, that's been out for a while, but about 3 years, 4 years ago, I bought that with obviously with the intentions of playing the game. Oh, he's got his little straps to tell me one. And yeah, I'm still yet to play. even though, say, I've painted at least 4 teams, probably more. Made 2 pitches, and yeah, still still yet to play. Eric, hello there. Hope you are well too. So say it's what's the time? It's 20 past 10 in the morning in the UK, and honestly, it's hot already. It's I think the reason we're not used to it or we're not prepared for it is obviously we don't have like aircon in the houses. I think if I had aircon, then obviously there'd be no issues whatsoever. But yeah, having no aircon and there's just no sort of cool air moving around. Um, so it's just yeah, it's muggy. Um, shouldn't complain, I guess. But I say I quite like the colder weather, not cold. I like it sort of sunny but fresh. So yeah, these guys will be on eBay once they're done. If anyone wanted to buy them. So yeah, so a lot of the stuff that I've got that's been sitting on my shelf for the past 3 years or more, I am selling. Um, obviously, because it just helps fund the channel, fund me. Um, oh, so there you go. I missed his little groin plate there as well. Oh, and a bit of his green on his leg. So I'm saying, whatever I do, I always miss some bits. Even though I keep, like you look at it and you look at it, and you think, yeah, I've done every single bit. Especially when you do like batch painting. And then when you get back round to one, you're like, oh yeah, how did I miss that? So what we'll do is we'll do it now because otherwise I will just forget. So let's do it straight away. So yes, it's the amber glow is what I've been using for their armor. I've still got a bit there. Cool. Right, I think it's just was it one more? Oh no, 2 more. I've got to do their hands on. Oh, again, I've missed his little groin. What's it? Yeah, so there's not going to be really too many colours with these dudes. Obviously, got brown for all the straps, buckles, and bits and pieces. His gloves, I think I'm going to do red, and I think I might even do his shoes red. So that some parts of his trainers do seem to have like the old metal bits. And then basing on these, I'm going to do grass, and then like some of the white lines to go through them. As I say, I will make these live streams into a more condensed version which will only like take about a minute or so to show the full painting from sort of start to finish. So let's have a quick look at all the other boots because I think they've all got little, yeah, steel toe caps. So yeah, if there's anything you want to see me painting, by all means, let me know. Um, so when I do sell the bits and pieces, obviously some of it is going to go to fund me and buy food and stuff, but some of it obviously will be going to me buying more boxes. Yeah, I can't have a shelf with nothing sitting on it. So as much as I am enjoying going through the boxes and painting things up, yeah, I will be replacing some of those boxes with more boxes. Right, I think that's all the boots and stuff done. Let's just give his little codpiece another coat. Yeah, I think there's was it one or two more black pants to do. You got pants, you got pants, you got pants. Right, just the one that'll do. Uh, Charles, you all in for storms and 30 degrees. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what the weather is like today, but say honestly, for the last 3 weeks, every day, hot, sunny, humid. Very bizarre, obviously, for the UK, especially to get so much. I mean, quite often we get like, I don't know, 2, 3 days here and there. But the chances are, obviously, our summer starts soon with kids. I mean, next week or this week's the last week of my children being at school, and then obviously it's the summer holidays. So the chances are summer holidays start next week. It'll just be rain, rain all the time. Maybe, maybe not. Uh, Conmad, you had 42 degrees. Oh wow. Yeah, I think the highest I think we've had is about 35 here. But when I was younger, or in my sort of mid to early 20s, I did a lot of traveling. Um, and I'll have to say that of all the countries I've been to, the temperature here seems like the hottest. So say it's like 35 degrees. I mean, I worked out in Israel on a farm, and it was like 43 degrees. It didn't feel anywhere near as hot as it does here. The temperature here, it's just it's unreal. It's yeah, it's hard to explain. It's 35 degrees here feels hotter than 35 degrees anywhere else. Um, but yeah, it's nuts. But that's because when I was in Israel, it's more of a dry heat there, so you don't sweat. Well, I didn't. That could be because I was younger and quite a lot lighter in weight. So yeah. Well, I think my favourite season is probably autumn. I like spring, but yeah, autumn's a nice time. Still get the sun, but obviously a lot cooler. And yeah, you just get like the leaves changing colour and all that kind of stuff. It's nice. Plus, it gets dark sort of like 8 o'clock, whereas now it's obviously still it's not getting dark till about 10ish, and I just find that so weird. It just throws my body clock right out the window when it's 10 o'clock. It's like still light. What's that all about? think that's all of them done. Again, it's one of those things like I'll let it dry, have a good look, and then see whether or not I want to give it another coat or not. But yeah, looks good so far. So I think what we'll do now, we'll do some red for the gloves. Conrad, you're in Hungary. Oh, okay. 42 degrees is not normal. 33 was a hot wave. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I think when we had 35, I think 35, I'm not exactly sure what the hottest temperature in the UK has ever been, but 35 certainly is up there. But yeah, so I was in Israel. I worked on a farm. I worked on a kibbutz. Well, I worked on a kibbutz and a moshav, same sort of thing, really. But yeah, I think the hottest temperature, or the average temperature when I was doing it, was kind of like 38. 38 to 40 was the norm, and I'm sure 43 was the hottest we had out there. But again, because it's not a humid heat, it's not too bad. So working on the field, yeah, so I wasn't sweating, obviously drinking lots of water and that. Um, but yeah, just completely different kind of heat. So it's good. Right, so yeah, so for the red, I'm using good old blood red. I think there's 3 different reds with the armor painted speed paint. But I don't know about you guys, but I've got my certain favourites. It's like the greens. Obviously, I've got top 3 greens I use for orks. But the blues, there's about a dozen different blues, and out of them dozen blues, I'll probably use about 4. Um, yeah, and again with the purples, there's about 5 purples. Again, I think I've used only one of them. So yeah, so you kind of like get your favourite colours that look good and obviously go on well, nice and contrasty. So you get the nice like darker looking bits in the nooks and crannies, and the lighter areas on the raised areas and that. But yeah, this is definitely out of the 3 reds I've got. Blood red is my my preferred or go-to red. Yeah, quite like the red. So I'm not too sure about the colour of the boots. I might do them red, just so they sort of stand out and look a bit different, a bit funky. Um, all right, I'm gonna do all the gloves first, and then I'll think about the reds again. You like the poppy red? Um, I want to highlight it with the blood red. From later. Yes, this is why I need to try other sort of speed paints from other companies. Yeah, the poppy red. Yeah, cool. just moving the miniatures around. One thing I don't like is I don't like a disorganized desk. Um, yeah, it plays on my mind if things are like out of place or untidy. Yeah, it affects me quite a lot. So I need to have a nice sort of clean desk, things where they need to be. It just look tidy. One more with the gloves, and no, two more. Yeah, two more, and then we'll decide whether or not I am going to do their boots in a red. I think I probably am. So I missed a bit of green as well on his fingers. Hmm. Right. Oh, let's do those missing green bits, and then we'll move on. Roussel Alexandra or Alexandra. Again, apologies that I mispronounced names because I'm pants. Unless your name's something like John, Paul, David, yeah, I will have problems saying names. Um, am I using the magnifying glass? Um, am I using the magnifying glass? No, I probably need to. Yeah, because I'm long-sighted, which is a bit of a pain in this hobby because obviously it means I have to wear glasses to paint miniatures. Because if I take these off, anything less than about 2-3 foot is a little bit hazy. So to try and look at these again, this is where you start going back and squinting. Yeah, if I look at him now, he looks as fuzzy as anything. So I'd have no chance. But I've tried magnifying glasses. Um, they kind of work, but they don't, or I didn't feel happy with them. And I have tried a magnifying glass. Yeah, again, didn't work. I've even tried using my phone. So I have my phone right in front of my face, have it like zoomed in to make the obviously thing bigger, and then try and paint it. But I felt like looking at the camera, it looked like I was looking at someone else's hands. So again, it just didn't help at all. So I have tried all kinds of magnifying glasses, and so using the camera. But yeah, none of them seem to work really for me. So this is why when it comes to like painting eyes, I you probably never really seen me paint eyes on camera because I typically have to have the miniature like right near me to be able to try and see where the eye is and try and get a little dot. Um, Orcs aren't too bad because obviously you just do one little red dot, fine. On like human miniatures, to try and do a white dot or white area and then a real small black dot in the middle, yeah, I just can't do it. So that's why any them sort of miniatures, I go for ones with helmets, just because I can't paint eyes. So that's why I tried the magnifying glasses and everything else, just to see if it does help me do eyes. Yeah, doesn't help me at all. So yeah, any humans, they wear helmets. Say orcs, not too bad. That little red dot, I can just about do two red dots that are fairly similar or symmetrical and not too offset. Um, I was going to do the green, that was it, wasn't it? Because there's a couple that were missing greens. So yeah, so this is where I would normally be using ghillie dew, but alas, I spilled it all over my desk. So I'm using not necessarily my second best, because I like this one and Forest Sprite. They're my two sort of go-to greens now until I can buy another ghillie dew. But yeah, for these, so that's why I might do the Forest Sprite for the little dudes, just so they look a little bit different from the bigger players. A little mess on my desk already. All right, so who was it that was missing something? Wasn't you? Oh, there's fingers, and I think on one of the other ones it was a bit of a leg. I think. I think he's missing a little bit under his armpit as well. Yeah, that's all he's missing. Right, so one of these other ones is missing a little bit of green from somewhere. I've got where. And this is where I need to sort of paint the bits straight away, otherwise I just forget. He looks okay. Oh, this one I missed a few orange bits. Mm, Still need to find this other green bit that's missing. Sure, it's part of his calf or leg or something. But could be completely wrong. He's missing a little bit on his arm. Yeah, don't think it was him. So is it you? Oh yeah, he's missing a little bit on his calf there. Is that the only place? Oh, and he's missing a little bit on his head. Yeah. Cool. Right, so yeah, I think I'm going to do their boots red just to make them stand out a little bit rather than doing them brown. Be more fun. Combat, yeah, eyes are hard. Yeah, it's more than hard. For me, they're impossible. And yeah, you see some people and you see their final results and they've done eyes, and it's like, how on earth have you done the little pupil on something that's so small? And yet they take a picture and it's like, wow, that's just nuts. Peachy's eyes were just implying the eyes, yeah, with black and red watered paint. Oh, okay. Well, I must admit, that's why sometimes, if say this miniature did have his head was there without a helmet, what I would typically do, obviously paint them pink, and then you use a brown wash, because then the brown wash obviously pulls quite a lot in the recesses, so it doesn't look like their eyes, but it looks like there's something there. Um, yeah, so I've tried so many times to do eyes. I now just give up and I know I'm defeated. And Because a lot of times, obviously, practice makes perfect. I think when it comes to certain things like eyes, yeah, it doesn't matter how much you practice. I'm just not going to be able to do eyes. You spilled your grim black on your hell diver's mouse pad. Oh no. Um, yeah, so it does make a right mess. So the paint wasn't too bad. I had to clean up the paint because most of it actually went into this silicone pad. The thing I did spill, I've been really good. I've not spilt anything. Then again, obviously, I don't really use the old the Citadel pots. I mean, I have used some. This is years ago, but I 3D printed a little holder, so I never spilt them. What I have spilt is this, the cement glue. And this stuff, it's like paint stripper because it went onto one of my cutting mats. And if you've watched my channel for a while, you may have noticed my cutting mat changes quite a lot. I think literally every 6 months I'll probably buy a new one. Because my problem is I don't like things looking messy. So when it starts getting paint on it or glue or whatever it is, I put up with it, I put up with it. Then after a while it's like, I just can't work with a desk that looks messy. Well, this stuff I spilt and it literally just peeled off all the print. I then spent another 2 hours with some, I think it was acetone. That's kind of what's in here anyway. Um, to strip the rest of the stuff off the mat. So I spent about 2-3 hours doing it. And once it was done, I looked at the mat and thought, nah, I don't like this. And then bought a new cutting mat the next day, just because, yeah, I don't like mess. And yeah, a lot of the projects that I do, like the big builds, there is a lot of mess. But that's not too bad because you're making a mess to make something. I can't work in a mess, so that's why my desk has to be tidy, things in their place, and yeah, I can't deal with a messy cutting mat, which is why every now and then, well, probably once, twice a year, I buy a new cutting mat. Maybe even more often. But yeah, right. So he's obviously got straps to do. There's a few little metal bits to do. Oh yeah, the little horny bits. Um, Yeah, so there's not a whole lot more to do, really. Well, not a whole lot. There is quite a lot more to do, but you know what I mean. So yeah, let's just do the boots red. And the underneath. Oh, pardon me. Probably should do a different colour. Let's have a little think about that for a moment. Might do it black. So that's the strap he's got on the front. Yeah, I think we'll do black as the underneath of these. Oh, and the little back bit looks like it could be a different colour. Oh, missed his glove. Hey, it's so warm here. Um, Hello to someone that there's no way I'm gonna be able to pronounce your name because obviously it's in, well, a different dialect that I can read. But hello to you. Hope you're well. This is one more to do, and then we'll do the black for the underneath of the boot. Oh, I must have one thing I didn't get was some cookies. Yeah, starting feeling a bit peckish. Haven't had breakfast yet. Um, but yeah, starting feeling a little bit hungry, so I might go and get some cookies in just a second, just to sort of keep me going. Not sure how long I'm going to be live streaming for. Not sure what that bit there is. Um, yeah, I mean, I kind of want to get these complete, really. Even if it's just the orcs, get them done, and then do the Gretchen later on. To say, I am literally painting every day. I'm painting something or making something or doing something with the channel. So yes, that's why I am going to be doing, say, well, hopefully more live streams. Mm, I've missed a little bit of his armor there at the top. I guess that's part of the strip. Oh, and his face plate. So I've missed a little bit. So with the armor as well, obviously I'm going to put in some like So I don't know if I've got transfers for these. Again, I'm not sure if I've got the box. Hmm. Yeah, I was going to put transfers obviously on their shoulder pads. That will obviously depend. If I've got any transfers, then I will. If not, I won't. But I will be adding some like scratch marks and bits to the armor, just to make it look like it obviously was, well, or is metal underneath. So yes, we'll be adding those towards the end. Um, yeah, how was that one again? Black, I think so. Because missed a bit of his bottom bit. And we'll use the black again, say just for the little bit of a trim at the bottom of his trainers and the underneath. Cool. And I think the next colour I use will probably be the brown for the straps and all them sort of bits. Oh, what's this? Conrad asked for directions in London from a Londoner, couldn't understand anything. He was the most English looking dude you can find. I'm a Londoner. I'm from London. Yeah, lived and worked in London, well, probably half my life. Um, but I'm now in Hampshire, which is just, if you're looking at the map, you got London just to the sort of like the left, and coming down is Hampshire. So that's where I am now. But yeah, I'm a Londoner. And my dad, well, he was a true Cockney Londoner. I mean, to be a Cockney, you need to be born within the sound of Bow Bells, which is like, I don't know, it's a church or something in the centre of London. But yeah, Bow Bells. Yeah, so he was a true Londoner, Cockney. But I'm from sort of West London. Um, yeah, you couldn't understand what he's saying. You sure he was a Londoner and not, I don't know, somewhere from? Because obviously I find the accents in England, like some accents I can't get. Like if you talk to someone from Scotland, there were lots. They don't shout, but their voice is a lot louder, and they talk fast. And so, yes, if you get a true Scottish person, even I struggle to understand what they say because it's fast, it's loud. Um, but yeah, how can you not understand someone from London? Yeah, I don't think they were a Londoner. Maybe, who knows? What am I doing now? Oh, still doing black, wasn't I? Oh, you were done. Do like these chaps. They're not, so obviously I love orcs. But the main reason I do love orcs is because they are like big, chunky, muscly, um, and typically obviously have their arms and muscles on show, which obviously always really looks good. But they look even bigger and chunkier when they're wearing armor, which I absolutely love. And so these guys, yeah, I wouldn't want to mess with these. Definitely big and chunky. Oh, I think that's that all done. Again, maybe not. I always find bits I've not painted somewhere along the line. Um, you like the fake Scottish from Stargate Atlantis, um, and their drinks. Right, I'm going to quickly get some cookies because, well, I'm hungry. So what we'll do is we'll just quickly stop that one and the sound. So I'll be back in a second, guys. Literally just going to go and get some cookies. Right, there we go. I'm back with cookies. Let's just do that button as well. So yeah, I've got my cookie. Well, I say cookies. They're the Oreo cookies. Yeah, love these. Right. So next color. What was my chat gone? Bring that back over. Oh, I can't see anything. Yeah, so we're going to use a bit of ruddy fur, and this is going to be obviously the brown for straps, buckles, all that kind of stuff. Um, yeah, then there's only a little bit of, well, touching up to do. I am going to start doing what I did with my Pain Boy, and that's just doing a bit of highlighting. Again, this is something I say I'm going to do, or I have said I'm going to do the highlighting, and then never ever get around to doing it. I am going to start trying to do it more now. Again, 'cause it's one of those things that I don't do it because I'm never very good at it. But you only get good at something if you keep trying. Again, obviously not with the eyes because we've discussed that. Eyes are a no-no. But yeah, doing highlighting on, well, skin, arms, whatever, is something I want to try and do more of, just so I get better at it. Because when you get better at something, it becomes easier, second nature, and obviously you get quicker and faster. But Scottish accents rock. They do when you can understand them. Because my mum's from up north. My godfather's Scottish. And in fact, when I got married wearing a full kilt, just because I wanted to be different and wear a kilt. So yeah, but yeah, if you get a true Scotsman and they're talking normal, it's fast and loud, and yeah, you get words in between, so you can just about make out what they're saying. Um, The arm turned out nice, maybe a bit yellow for. Yes, I'll have to admit that's something I was going to start doing. Can't remember who I watched. I saw someone do something, and they sort of said obviously they do the green, then they do like a highlight with another green, and then they do a little hint of a yellow. Um, so yes, that's something I was actually going to try and do, possibly with these guys. I'm not sure, maybe with someone else. Yeah, I might do it with someone else actually, because I've got obviously the old Pain Boy. He's next. So this is where, so if you weren't here last night, obviously I typically normally have about 3 or 4 projects on the go. At the moment, I've gone a little bit mad. Currently on my desk, I've got, and up there I've got, so I've probably got about 7 or 8 sort of projects of painting miniatures. There's some other kill teams and other bits and pieces. But I'm also building a new kill team board, but it's a bigger board than normal because I like the idea of having 4 players play kill team at once. So that's why I'm building a big kill team board, but I'm doing it so it's a reversible board. So on the other side of it, you're about to play pillage. That's another game, obviously, I like playing. So yeah, pillage will be on one side, kill team on the other. But I'm also making the Necromunda tiles. I'm on the second one. I want to make at least 9, maybe 12 tiles. So for a Necromunda board, never played it, but again, I just love the look and style of that sort of thing. And I'm also making a Hero Quest board, but it's like a suitcase. So it's basically you walk around with it like it's a suitcase, but then you open it up. It's the board, but it contains all the miniatures, all the cards, all the dice. So yeah, I've kind of got a little bit mad on the amount of projects I'm working on. But the thing is, some of the projects take obviously quite a while. So making the kill team, I think it took about 4 days just 3D printing all the bits. I've now got to obviously make the rest of the board, glue it all together. I'm doing it so it has lights underneath. So the actual kill team board's got obviously the grills in it and all the rest of it. So you can see through that. So I'll have lights underneath it. I did make a kill team board in the past that had smoke coming up through the grills, which is pretty cool. But this kill team board I'm working on at the moment is purely the lights, which would be pretty cool. So yes, I think for these ones I might not do the yellow. I might just do the extra little bit of green. But then the other one, oh, plus I've got is it the weird boy? I got him. Although I had to put the mask on. So this is how hot. Well, you can see from the edges. This is how hot it's been in the UK. Went outside to prime this in black. Almost the moment the paints hit the miniature, it's dried. It's dried and then it cracked like this. So the whole of this miniature was cracked. I saw someone strip paint off a miniature using alcohol. Alcohol. Yeah, can't even talk. Isopropyl alcohol. So I got some, but the guy that I saw do his, he was using I think 50%. The one I got was 99.9 because obviously I use it to clean the resin prints. I dipped him in, as in put him in, pulled him out, got a brush, started brushing, and his face was dissolved. It was like, yeah, luckily it didn't really sort of do too much damage to the rest of the bits. I mean, I don't know if that skull should look better, because it does look a little bit dissolved. So yeah, so his face was a a burn victim, unfortunately. So that's why I've stuck the mask on. But yeah, this is basically what the whole of this miniature was like. Say as soon as the paint hit this, it cracked. So that's how hot it's been. That yeah, you can't even prime or yeah, can't even prime miniatures without the paint just drying instantly, which is absolutely nuts. Anyway, I didn't get a cookie, so I eat my cookies whole. So I will stop talking for a bit. So I'm going to eat this and paint the leather straps, buckles, and bits and bobs. That's all the straps, but again, chances are I probably missed a bit. But Conrad's gonna go and get some lunch. Afternoon team meetings. God, I've not been in a meeting for years. I love it. I've not been in a meeting for years. Me. Is that one done? So yeah, so this live stream, I say at the moment I've got no real set sort of times or durations for live streams. That's why for the next sort of week, maybe two, I'm going to do live streams at different times throughout the day, just to see obviously what's sort of best to accommodate well, more people being able to watch really. So I do know that I think something like 26% of my viewers are American. I think it's then something about 18% are from the UK. Then I think then it goes obviously quite smaller amounts, but then it's like I think Germany, Australia, and then obviously the rest of the world. So yeah, so whatever time I do live stream, I know it's not going to accommodate everyone, but I will try and pick the best time or find the best time where more people can obviously watch and be involved and chat and all the rest of it. So I think the last time I did stream, other than last night, was at least 2 years, 3 years ago. Um, yeah, even then though, I think the most viewers I ever had at one time was about 200. Um, so I'm not obviously expecting that for a while. But the other good thing is when there's more people on, then obviously you guys sort of chat amongst yourselves. Because what you can do is in the chat, if you type at miniature hobbyist and then you comment on my screen, it comes up as a like bright orange. So when there are more people on, it makes it easier then for me to know if people are talking to me or asking me a question, as opposed to just talking obviously to each other. But again, that's why it's nicer when there are more people on, because yeah, you guys just sort of chat amongst yourselves. Cool. I think there's one more for straps. On that with brown, a little bit more in. Yeah, so I'm going to do a little bit more of these, and then I'm going to obviously finish the stream, and then the chances are I'll do another one later on. Probably this afternoon, or it might be more sort of early evening. Obviously, this is UK time. Um, yeah, because say there is more chance. Obviously, more people will be on later on, because obviously I'm sure most Americans are asleep unless they're working night shifts or insomniacs or just up early. Um, so yeah, afternoon streams, evening streams probably will be the time that I end up going for. Right, I think that's most of the brown done. Um, yeah, I think so. Cool. So that's them pretty much all done sort of now. Just a few final bits. Obviously the horns need doing. Parts of the belt buckle I am going to do obviously like some silver. Yeah, then obviously you do some teeth, and then I think we'll do some highlighting. Um, not sure if I'm going to do them in this stream. As I say, I'll probably do. Well, actually, I might actually do like an afternoon stream. So do a stream, I don't know, sort of 5 o'clock ish UK time, or maybe even 4, and then do another one in the evening. Again, for this next week or so, I'm just going to do a variety of streams, just here and there, and just sort of see what works best, really. Matt Scale, what's that? Vitalik is a normal guy, only old, but he paints. Hey, I'm old, I paint. Hmm. Right, I have to go quickly because someone's knocking on the front door. So the chances are it will be a post person. So back in a second. And did I miss anything? Anyone paint my miniatures for me while I was gone? No. Um, where's my chat box gone? I can't find where that is. Cool. Can't remember what I was saying. Yeah, I'm going to paint a few bits on here silver, and then I'm probably going to call oh, kitty cats on my shoulder. Although I think is the screen frozen because it doesn't look like I'm still working. Oh, it sounds still working, but it seems like the yeah, the face cam's not working anymore. Why is that? Right, kitty cat, you can't sit on my desk. Oh, I'm not sure why the video seems to have frozen on my face. I'm not sure because I can still hear myself, so I've not been kicked out. Hmm. Very bizarre. I think I'm going to call it there actually because I've now got a cat. I say that, yeah. Ah, so both the cameras are froze. Um, yeah, I mean that could be because there was a cat just under my desk a minute ago, so maybe they have knocked a wire. Okay, guys. Well, cheers for being there with me. I say I'm going to do a variety of different times just to sort of see when more people are on. But yeah, seems like both cameras have gone. There's a cat on my desk. Um, yeah. All right, guys. Well, you all take care. So I'm going to do probably another 2 streams today, at least one, if not 2. I will do another stream maybe this afternoon. I might go for like 3, 4 o'clock. See what that's like. But then I will do another one for sure about 8 o'clock. So 8 p.m. UK time. I will be back. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to start waffling. So, guys, you take care. Have a great day, afternoon, evening, morning, whatever it is. And yeah, I will catch you guys later. Okay, bye for now.